Hey guys, Ice Frozen Wolfie here. Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinion about the MM2 tournament Lumion Legacy Armenti Eaglit event. This event was hosted by Armenti. The person who was given away was Colbe, who I will link his Twitter and his YouTube in the description down below. This guy makes MM2 videos if you're fond of that game and Lumion Legacy videos. Without further ado, I'll get into the story of why I'm making a video of this. Okay, so I had got on the Twitter this morning. Colby made a tweet saying the Armenti Eaglet giveaway 2 out of 15 because he's the second person in line to be given away after Armenti. He said, I will be hosting an MM2 tournament to see who will win the Armenti Eaglet. To enter, reply to this tweet with your Roblox username. In 2 hours, I will start DMing 8 people to be part of the tournament. Tournament starts in 4 hours. Okay? I have been busy today. He made this tweet around 10 o'clock a.m. my time on June the 3rd, 2023. Which you'll probably be seeing this video today, if all goes right. Several people had commented their username and everything because everybody was wanting that Eaglet. Except there was one person who I have a gripe who I'm not gonna talk about too much in this video just because of it. But there's one person who's already, when they typed their name in, had already won an Eaglet previously, I believe, from Armenti. So this is why this whole video is getting made here. The person who won the first one was RC. You'll see why I'm having a gripe about this one, but it's just my personal opinion. You can either agree or disagree with me. I'm not trying to start a stern argument with this whole type of case of what's going on. But basically, the whole thing was Colby was DM'd 8 people previously from this tweet. He was struggling to get people to respond to his DMs that he gave them in their DMs to send them the link to the MM2 tournament VIP server. He had to do this about 3 times. Yeah, 3 times in order to get this done. He was wanting to get this tournament started at 1:30 p.m. EST, or I should say 1:45, but it went past that. It didn't start till, we'll say, probably around 2. He had to find several people. People kept leaving and joining. People kept leaving, and then he would have to find a replacement. We had one person leaving before the rounds even started. I had put my username in to hopefully win. I haven't played MM2 since April. That's when they did the Easter event update and everything. I hadn't played since then. So to have that happen to me, I was nervous as anything. I was shaking and everything. I was like, okay, calm down. It escalated when this happened. I will play the video right now. You're probably gonna be hearing.
Join this, but yeah, guys, we are doing. Yeah, let me make this bigger for you guys.
As you can probably see, if I pause this, Colby's not one of the contestants. He's hosting this thing, but he's live streaming this whole thing. Inverted Reality, RC Likes to Exist is in there. Lay Waffly, Mr. Godzilla, Slime Guy, Gusting Salt was in there. If you take Colby out, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many people were commenting on Colby's post for the thing? About how many people? Let me go back to where I can see this really quick. Apparently, from what Twitter says, 18 people commented on the second post. How many? 208 comments on the first post. 208 people commented on the first post with their username, or either they were gonna root for these people, or they were gonna watch the stream because they couldn't do it because they were busy, which I understand. It escalated so much worse than that. He had to make a whole reply just for people. Even then, some of the people didn't even join. So that's what the issue was. People were not responding to the DMs. We waited so long. It went past the time that he was wanting to hopefully start this thing because people were not ready. People were not responding to his DMs. So as you can see, there's only 6. If you take out Colbe, there's 6. There's 7 if you add him, but he's not counted in this because he's hosting this thing. And if you'll see who's all typing in the chat and everything. I'm typing in the chat too.
Alright, so
I've typed in there and everything.
fine.
Colbe has been struggling to find people this whole entire event. Again, this was not Colbe's fault whatsoever. And he's gonna go through who's all in there.
RC likes to exist in red. Did this? Alright, chat.
So, we'll go back. Because I did not read this part. Colbe says he needs 2 more people for inverted reality in RC. RC has already won an Eaglit. Keep in mind still.
Roblox. You could be good. Alright, I might have to.
And then here you see, Colbe is making his 3rd tweet now, asking for people to check their DMs, to join this tournament. His 3rd tweet, when the Rainbow Duskets were given out, people were blowing these up. They answered right away. Colbe, who's giving away an Armenti Eaglit that there's only 25 of, is now having to make a tweet for the 3rd time. He has more subscribers than me. He has more of a follower fan base than me. Armenti even put this out. And we're still struggling to get people in there. Like, it was a struggle. We waited so long just for this to happen.
2 people to get in here. Wait, someone I...
Let's see, does anybody else still join?
So, it's gonna be. And it is this guy, Jukes.
Now, here's the issue. There's still 6 people. He just scrolled to find Jukes. This person does not answer his DM still. That's not even...
quick.
It's not even an issue. I'm gonna keep skipping because it's kind of stupid how long this whole intro took. Here we go. He's picking again.
Going to be... No, not him again, bro. The same guy. No.
He straight denies that guy again.
Shadow Dog.
And then he wants Shadow Dog in there. Look, it's still the same people and everything. It's not his fault. This is beyond his fault with the whole people not responding to DMs crap. It's not his fault whatsoever. In fact, I give props to this man for having the motivation to keep doing the DMs after it's not working. And as you see, after he announced it, I had gotten off of Twitter really quick and then came back just to check the stream, just to watch it. I replied, still 6 people. Wow. Because there were still 6 people. And you look, 2 minutes, 4 minutes. This whole tournament lasted 47 minutes and 15. This whole live stream did. And minus some of the time that it took to give RC... I'm not going to talk about the end yet. It's not.
Yeah, why is it so hard, actually?
It is very hard to get in contact with people's DMs. I don't know why. People cannot answer their DMs. I said, I don't know.
2 extra people.
He needs 2 extra people.
Volunteer. I would just pick 2 random people from chat, but I don't want Armenti to get mad at me for like not having it be random.
And as
you know what I'm saying, chat?
And as you're hearing him, he doesn't want Armenti to get mad at him, which I fully understand and honor and respect what he's doing. It's the fact that this thing took so long for him to do. He waited for 2 people to join. That there were several people in his live stream chat that wanted to join. And it came down to it for one person. We're not going to get to that person right now.
Hopefully
I just want you to watch. Right. Watch the chat.
I have to find 2 extra people because these guys don't check DMs.
These people they're not checking his DMs. Even he's saying it. That's the worst part, is the person who's hosting this giveaway is now saying that you guys aren't checking your DMs. Am I coming after everybody? No, but it's just straight annoying when he's live streaming this. It's now probably already past 1:45 when he's wanting to start. It's probably 1:50, maybe 2 right now. This tournament only had like maybe we'll say so we had 4 rounds for the start, 2 for the semifinals, and 1 for the other one. So that would be 7 rounds in total. He waited for 2 people just for 7 rounds. I'm not saying it's a bad thing for him to do, but it's just annoying. It took this long for us to get through, for this whole tournament to start. In his case, it took so long that it didn't end till like 2:50 maybe. We'll give or take that time. Because right now it's 3 and I'm recording this as a video.
Alright, chat, I'm trying to find a new person.
And now you're trying to find a new person. Let's see, has anybody else joined still? Nobody is still joined.
Since no one will respond to DMs. Stealing VIP link. Alright, this guy named the Hulk King said he's gonna join.
No, I don't remember in the whole who was all in there for exactly who were all in there. But I don't think the Hulk King ever showed up, even though he told Colbe that he was gonna join. Another person that Colbe had DM'd, and they didn't join still. Look, I will let it play, but look.
Getting in. No one's joining, bro. Alright. Ice Frozen Wolfie, I know you were, responding to DMs earlier. Trying to get in. I just picked some random people in my DMs, so I might just get you in here.
So Colbe has had enough. I had DM'd him asking before the tournament started, has 8 people been randomly selected? Just out of curiosity's sake, because I was busy during then, right? As I'm watching the stream, I was no longer busy, okay? So I was like, great, I can do the tournament now. I even say some. I've played MM2 for a bit. I will not lie and say I have not played MM2 for a bit. If you read my message in chat, I say Colbe forgets I played MMX and MM2. Laugh out loud. Me and Colbe have both played MMX before. I know him from there. I know Colbe from MMX. before he made a lean to MM2. I've known him. I've met him. I before he made his channel to Lumion Legacy. I think it was back in 2020 when Christmas Ikazune was announced to be a roamer, the first ever alpha kind of Christmas roamer reskin. Um, I had seen him there and I chit chatted with him. That's how I know Colbe a bit. I've known Colbe because I watched his MMX content, and I've watched his content. I've not watched his content. I chat with him. I chat with him on Roblox during 2020, during the pandemic and everything. But I had previously chatted with him recently, just asking if the 8 people who have who he's DM'd has answered, which at this time was a big fat no. As you see, I'm in the chat and he just randomly selects me. Because I was answering his DMs. He got tired of waiting. He got tired of being let down by the people who tell him, oh, hey, yeah, I'll join. They don't turn up.
If I can find you. Where's the VIP link, bro? Just DM the link. Yeah, I just DM. We still only have 6 people, though.
And as you see, I'm now in there. So now if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now. So Shadow Dog had gotten in there finally. Okay, so that's the person who I forgot about. I was the last person to get in there. So Colbe and Inverted have a higher rank in me in MM2. I don't play. I've just got back into the swing of it and everything. I swore off of murder games because of MMX going downhill and everything. I hopped off that. I went to play Pokemon Brick Bronze, and then after Brick Bronze and Project Pokemon went down, I went to play back to MMX. I should say when Project Pokemon Brick Bronze went down, I went to MMX, and then when I went to MMX, that game it started going downhill for me. The YouTubers before, like Blizzman and everybody, you're probably not going to know who those are, but they were MMX YouTubers. They suddenly lost interest in it. Blizzman was making Treasure Quest videos, which is the game that I play still to this day, because MMX was dying. The community and everything was dying. It's similar to what Lumion Legacy's going through, kind of. But MMX was losing it because the admin and moderators were doing stuff that they weren't supposed to do, and they straight were leaving and everything. They had to find replacement mods from the people and everything. It just became a hassle and a half with that. After that died down, I think I maybe took a break from Roblox, and then as soon as I heard Lumion Legacy was coming back, because I watched a Think Noodle video, I heard Lumion Legacy was coming. I jumped right onto Lumion Legacy, and I picked up right where I left off from Pokemon Brick Bronze, which is what you currently will have seen in my future videos or in my past videos. You would have seen that. So that's kind of my history with these kind of franchises. But I had joined. So what happened? So I joined, okay? I had joined. Now if I play this, you're going to watch something.
Alright, we got Ice Frozen Wolf in here. There should be one more person.
So why I left, what happened was my screen, I have my phone on auto rotate. So when I'm playing a game, it's down flat like how it is when I'm recording right now. Like it's in full screen. But if I tilt it upwards, it's going to be looking like I'm watching a YouTube short. What happened was when I joined it, my phone screen was looking like I was watching a YouTube short. I didn't have the effect that I have when I have it tilted sideways, like I am right now when I'm recording this video for you guys. So that's why I left earlier. But don't worry, I had rejoined.
Alright, we got a 7th person here now, which is great. Let me add them to the tournament bracket. I think so.
So then I had joined right back in. So I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I had played MMX and MM2 a bit, so I know how murder games work. I know how the people work and think. So I had just joined. I did not, as you've heard earlier in the video, I did not read his message where it said, inverted reality versus RC. Or not RC, they weren't facing each other. He needed two people for them to face for the round for them.
I'm regenerating the link so people can't join anymore. RC like to exist, Lay Waffly, Mr. Godzilla, Slimy Guy, Shadow Dog, and Grusting.
So he's announcing everybody who's all in there. I'm telling people in the back in the server good luck and everybody to all.
Finally start this. 2, 3, 5.
Colbe breaks down how this is going to work. He's explaining that there's going to be 4 different 1v1s for the first round. That's how it normally works for a 1v1, or how many other people you do. You do a couple rounds, whoever loser is out. But you normally don't block him, but it's him. I'm not gonna if he wants to block people, he can do that, but I wouldn't block people because they may want to spectate the rounds, not through your stream though. They may want to see it for themselves if they're in there. So the person who's in there, who they're cheering for, can kind of actually see who they're cheering for. Because here's what you don't know about MM2 mechanics. So the people in the round, I shouldn't say this. People in the round can't really see the people in the lobby's chats, but the people in the lobby can see the people in the game's chat. So basically, I was cheering on whoever beat me, and then whoever beat him, I did not cheer on. I have beef with the person, but I'm not trying to have my beef with that person cross into the reason for this video. So he's breaking down the whole start of this whole video, and then I get hit. I just had joined. I just had got my screen fixed and everything. I get hit with this bombshell. First round is inverted reality versus me. I was shaking. I was nervous. I had no time to calm down yet.
Shadow Dog.
And then he breaks down who's going to be facing who. Somebody had left.
We're going to start with inverted.
And then he's typing he's going to start with inverted versus me.
Alright. We're going to start with They'll let me do it. Wolfie.
So then I haven't played since April, which is true. I haven't played this game since April. I quit halfway through April because of the Easter event. It was just because I got bored of it. I got tired of hunting for the eggs and people just stealing them. I got bored of waiting. I only had a couple eggs left, but sorry, the screen messed up. But I just got bored of it. That's basically what it came down to.
Your weapon, the 1v1 starts. If you lose...
So, he said, as soon as you get your weapons, the 1v1 starts. Great, that's how that works. If you lose, you get kicked from the server. That part, I did not see, too. So, that was my fault there. I did not know I was getting kicked.
As soon as they get their... I'm sorry, the first 23 minutes have just been technical difficulties.
And now Inverted's telling me good luck, which I needed. So, let me go back a bit.
Hype for this tournament. If you guys like the tournament, I might do more in the future. I'm sorry, the first 23 minutes have just been technical difficulties.
And like I said, that's what it came down to. So what happened was, me and Inverted spawned in. Okay, we spawned in the bank. For the people who don't play MM2, the bank has metal detector systems. That's why I'm in the vent. If you're the murderer or sheriff and you go through the metal detectors, you'll beep. That's why I'm in the vent, because I can avoid it going this way. I can avoid it. That's why I'm in the vent. Not only that, I had no clue where Inverted spawned. For all I know, I think Inverted had to spawn upstairs. But I was waiting. What my game plan was is that I was hoping he was gonna come around that counter where the glass is and come through the metal detector, and I would hear a beep. That's not what happened. Now, as you see, here's inverted. He had spawned upstairs. I didn't know where he was. Not right now.
It's starting. 1v1.
Inverted.
Who do you guys think is gonna win the first round?
So I had just came out of the vent. I was like, okay. So I'm gonna hold this corner, because if he comes around that corner, I will see him and I can duck around the other corner before he throws his knife. But if he's upstairs, I can hold that corner where the stairs is, because he has to get through a door frame. He can't jump through a door frame. He's gonna hit his head. I was hoping he would do that, and I would have an easy snipe. But as you forget, I was panicking. I had nerves. Was the first round. I was like, I can't believe you introduced me the first round. I'm like, okay, we gotta clutch here. We gotta do something.
Yeah, I'm spectating right now.
At that time, when I saw inverted go across the screen, I had seen him. So that was what went through my mind. I was like, oh crap, he's right there. I can't. If I go upstairs, I'm gonna get assassinated. So now I go back down the stairs, and now I'm peeking around this corner, waiting for him to come out, and I'm hoping he goes down the stairs, thinking I left. But my gun is also sticking out past the wall, so he probably seen that, which was a good read by him. So now I realized I was sticking out. So now I go behind the wall a bit more, and you probably can see my gun sticking out from the wall, which he did. He knows he's not safe there. This was my own fault. Instead of me holding this position, I had backed up, because I gave him space, because I wanted him to come down to me. Instead of me holding this spot where he can only move in one area, he can only go down through the vents, and I would see him coming through the back of me, if that was the case. Instead of that, if he went down the wall, instead of that, I screwed up majorly. This is what I did wrong.
He's frozen wolf here now. We're gonna only spectate one person. How much ends when this is over?
I had backed up. I had gave the murderer space. I had gave him a way out. I basically just said, hey murderer, let's make this fair and everything. But I also screwed myself, because I didn't want to be called a camper or anything for holding that corner. I didn't want that whatsoever. I wanted to make this a bit suspenseful. But as you forget, I was nervous. I was choking. This is the first time I was in a tournament for something really, really rare. This was the first time. This was like being in the Super Bowl right now. Your first time being there. You are nervous. You don't want to screw up. You want to bring the win home. You want to bring the victory to home.
Alright, chat, who's gonna win?
So I had pushed this corner. So now, I had given the murderer another way out. I had given him 2 ways out now. He could have gone through the vent upstairs or the vent right behind him and sneaked around behind me and come out 2 other ways. So now this is where I screwed up. Instead of giving the murderer 1 way out, I had to give him now, we'll say, 3 ways to come and get me. 3, possibly 4, because I forgot there's a vent right behind me towards the books. Right over here, there's a vent behind the locker. So now I had given him 4 ways to come and get me. I'm still nervous and everything. I'm peering around the corner. I'm checking.
I'll let him know who.
So what happened was I was checking this, waiting for him to come across. I was also checking the vent over to my right. And as you see, I'll move a bit.
Alright, chat.
So now, here's what I'm doing. I am reading the situation. There's 1 vent here. There's a door he could come through and get me. I could see him through the vent. I could see him through the vent. I could see him through there. This blind spot door, I would have never seen him from, because if he came around that corner quick, he could have stopped, loaded his knife, peer around the corner, and kill me. But my own fault and my own nervousness, I screwed myself. I left myself out in the open.
On here?
I had kept backing up, back and forth. I realized if I stick out, he can just come around that corner and throw a knife, which is where he's still at, upstairs. And as you see, he darts across to the door next to me. I had just given him another shelter, so now I have a small space to shoot through.
Out of everyone in the server, who do you guys think should win?
And now I'm nervous. I'm trying to shoot him. I've only shot him a couple times. I haven't even...
Getting close. Just getting close.
I'm also on mobile, too. For those who don't know. As you see, I am so nervous. My delay of shots was just so out of...
Who's it gonna be?
Now, what happened was, he pushed me. He pushed. He pushed offensively. I was playing defense. He's playing offense. The sheriff needs to balance both. The murderer needs to balance offense and defense a bit, but more offensively, he needs to attack. I had stood still and watched him go around the corner. What happened was, I was hoping he would peer around the corner, and I would shoot him. He peered around the corner and threw it quicker than I could shoot, is what happened, and I stood still.
Ice frozen wolf, he gets kicked.
So I got kicked out and everything, which was fine. I had no issues. I screwed myself out of winning. I screwed myself out of moving up, is what happened.
1v1.
So now, Shadow Dog 1235 versus RC. So now, RC, keep in mind, has won the Eaglet before. Has won an Armenti Eaglit before. He's being good sport, saying good luck and everything, but I'm just like, I was still bitter about how I screwed myself out of this victory.
Chat, who do you guys think is gonna win? And RC wins.
So, let me see, what had happened here?
Respect hitting RC or no?
So what happened was the sheriff cornered him in a room. The murderer, which is RC, had cornered the sheriff in a room where there's a door frame above him. He can't jump out easily. He's throwing knives at him while dodging, because RC's now in an open room. Shadow has basically just screwed himself, because instead of hiding, waiting for RC not to jump, RC's now jumping like a rabbit, going back and forth in an open room where there's pillars in the way a bit too. So Shadow has to hit the shot straight on or a bit to the angles, to the left or right, depending if RC sticks out.
Shadow Dog's right there.
RC had pushed Shadow Dog against the wall. RC hit against the wall. RC jumped. Shadow didn't shoot or anything. He struggled to get away. He did not read it quick enough.
And RC wins.
And RC won. He's won the first round.
That was very first round.
So we'll skip.
The next. We're not in. And Slimy Guy wins versus Gustin. Wait! GG. Hey, who was
Sorry, I accidentally hit this arrow here.
that?
Which I have been kicked, okay. My fault and everything. And now it's inverted versus RC is what it is.
Gus.
I had really wished that I had won. Reason wish I had won is because if I had won, I may have potentially knocked RC out. RC has won an Eaglet before, so the fact he was allowed in here, nilly-willy, to win another one kind of upsetted me. But I was hoping that someone would put an end to this.
1-1, chat. Shit. One after the
So now, if you look, you have Inverted, RC, Lay Waffly, and Slime Guy. Those are your final. Those were the semi-final 4. Okay. Colbe had paired Inverted with RC, Lay Waffly with Slime Guy.
Thing.
Now this is where this area kind of got, would say, have poor rolling on some of the things. But the ending for a Slime Guy's round, the end of the Slime Guy round was fixed a bit.
All right, semi. And slimy.
So as you see, it's now RC versus. So Inverted's telling RC good luck.
Yeah, chat, I'm doing a tournament right now. It's not just a... Alright,
so now, here you go. You have RC versus Lay Waffly. Inverted's been on the run. He's running away. Your job as the sheriff is to distance yourself from the murderer and not be too close. There is very much some close calls with it, but you have to be exact and precise when you shoot.
RC versus Inverted.
Inverted had looped around once with RC because of where RC spawned and everything.
You got drip, I agree.
Here is where I think Inverted went wrong. What Inverted should have done, he should have ran away, okay? He should have went back a little bit, make the gun noise like he should have shot at RC, go back a bit, then come right back around the corner. Because if I play it back a little bit,
behind the stairs.
Look, just listen.
Let's see who wins this. Inverted's running away over here. Don't know what...
You heard that reloading noise? He had already shot. He should have backed up a bit. The gun has a 5-second cooldown. It's not that bad.
What's going on?
He should have waited.
Well, I mean, he hit the...
I think what RC did was he used the glitch where you can phase your camera through the outside of the wall to see who's coming and everything. What he should have done, he should have done a lot of different things. Inverted should have. I'm not mad at him. He beat me fair and square and anything at it all.
Sheriff, so it makes sense. You can only do long range.
This part I don't get. Why were you standing here, RC? If you knew he was there, why didn't you back up, go around the corner, then throw it from him? Because he's not expecting it. Inverted's not. Because he knows you're there. You know he's there. He's not going to know you're there. He's waiting for you to come out of that door. Because he's going to read you like any other judge player book. Any player will go through this way thinking it's a shortcut to catch him off guard if you're the murderer. If you're the murderer, you will take this exact route and go around the outside. The murderer what he needs to do is go around the outside, wait for Inverted to stop, throw it at him then. But instead, this is what happens.
Alright, chat. Who's behind this door?
Inverted was already down the end of the hall. Inverted was waiting. RC was kind of waiting. But the thing is, though, now, you had just, instead of you holding your position, or whatever it was, you had now just given RC barriers to block. So now you have a harder time shooting him, unless he jumps up and shows himself out in the open.
More people. But I might do more tournaments in the future if you guys want.
Now, RC's reading him like a book. Inverted's waiting right there.
They're outside.
Yep. That's what a smart player does. Inverted did the right thing there. But Inverted just kept running away. I screwed myself. Inverted had screwed itself a bit. Inverted kind of waited and gave him a barrier to hide behind instead of making sure he wouldn't have gotten through. If I were Inverted, I would have waited to see which way RC would have gone. Because if I knew which way he would have gone, let's say if RC was coming straight ahead, I would have ducked in the room or behind the corner and hide a bit away from the wall so I wouldn't have been seen. But instead, RC goes through the shower rooms, goes through there, goes through a little, we'll say like a little table, control room area, waits right there. What Inverted could have done is go to the right. There's a red room there that flashes on and off, on and off, on and off. Inverted is black and red, not black and red, black and purple, which will be hard to see if he goes all the way to the back towards that door and just waits right there. As you already know, RC was already waiting right there by the door previously, waiting right there. He didn't know where Inverted was. If RC just went out that door, Inverted would have shot him. Because as you knew, Inverted never jumped. Not Inverted. RC never jumped. He had never jumped. But instead,
and RC win.
RC clipped him.
RC moves to the finals, and who's gonna be getting people from the VIP? Like Waffly.
So now this is a round that kind of had controversial opinions. Everyone was saying it was a draw. Yes, I get what a draw is, but I'm just gonna let it play out. You will see what I mean when I say I had a different opinion about it.
I wish.
So we have Lay Waffly in the kitchen. Slime Guy hidden behind the corner, right?
Who's gonna win?
So let me go to my settings. Let's go to, not quality. Where is it? Playback speed. We'll go to 0.5. Watch. Colby's going to be sounding very different because I have a different slow watch. Just watch.
Who's gonna win?
So, for those who did not see, look again.
Here we go.
So we have Slime Guy up against the wall. Lay Waffly's going up against the wall where Slime Guy can't shoot. What Lay Waffly does not expect is this. Look what happens. Or I should say, watch. They're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now watch. He throws his knife. Lay Waffly starts going forward. He winds his knife up behind the wall where Slime Guy can't shoot. Slime Guy's waiting right there.
Here we go, chat.
Now, I just want you guys to get a good aspect of this. Watch.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Look who got shot first. Lay Waffly got shot first. But then this happens, which I don't get how. Slime Guy is now dead, but Lay Waffly got shot first. Confetti was popping first. That's what happens when you get shot or killed in Murder Mystery 2. If you are the last person alive, sheriff, murderer, or innocent, you will pop confetti if you're dead, if you're the last person. Lay Waffly got shot first and died. But then Slime Guy died because Lay Waffly had thrown his knife after he died. So there's like a good couple seconds of delay where you can throw your knife after you've died. And that's what happened. So now after that, let me go back to here. Let me have my speed go back to normal.
They killed each other. Can I
So
borrow
they did a redraw. As you see, there was no need to be a redraw. I had slowed it down to the perfect second where Slime Guy had won. It wouldn't have mattered either way, But the fact that they needed to do another round to clarify it kind of annoyed me there too. Nothing against Colbe, but the evidence was there in the stream. It's his ruling though. I was just saying it shouldn't have been another redraw. It shouldn't have been another round for him. It should have been Slime Guy had won, move on to the next round. Instead, they do another round, which I get why, but I'm just like same time I'm like, why?
Your account, I'm good. But like, there's no like official spectate waffly.
So we'll skip it.
This reminds
They're
me
in a
from
hotel map and everything.
Ooh.
Like I had said, if the sheriff is out in the open, it's very well good. Because the sheriff it's bad and good. The sheriff has more of a range to shoot at, and it pins the murderer in a small corridor area at the bottom of the map. But with the murderer has more access to throw his knife quick, more of an open slot, but it gives you more of a space as a sheriff to jump around and everything. Yeah, that's what happened. Slime Guy had now won. So it's clarified he won and everything.
Slimy Guy won, shit.
So now as you see who's the last people, let me skip to
Slime. And Lay Waffly gets kicked.
So here's your final two. RC Likes to Exist versus Slime Guy. Now here's where the whole competition gets stupid. Okay? Like I said, there was no rules about stabbing or camping somebody when the round had started. Or whatever. I personally feel like that was unfair with the ruling, or so on and so forth. You're given a high stake prize. You want to kind of entertain the chat. That was not entertaining. That was more what RC did at the last round was more of a shameful thing to do. Like you and Slime Guy, you're good at murder. He's good at sheriff. Why not throw knives and he shoots bullets at you? Why not see who would be better? Instead, RC ignores that. Just watch what Slime Guy does during his round as murderer versus RC.
Alright, now we are off to the Armenti Slimy Guy. Who's gonna be winning the
RC
tournament and winning the ultra rare Lumion that there's only like 50
RC's
of.
camping the vents. There's several vents here. There's no metal detector, so you won't make a single sound.
Sheriff's gotta play long range, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Sheriff's gotta play long range and everything. I get his whole point on that. But Slime Guy was nowhere to be found.
Who's got that jingle?
Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
MM2.
So I believe Slime Guy may have saw RC go in here and started chasing after him. RC went up against the corner here and waited.
RC's in the vents right now. Bro's 1v1 in the vents. This is scary. I'm not gonna spectate Slimy Guy. We're only spectating.
And he's not gonna spectate the murderer, but he spectates the sheriff and everything, and everything. I ain't mad at him.
RC, so we don't know where Slimy Guy's at right now. We don't know where he's at.
So they've been at this for a while. Slime Guy and RC, this was their first round to decide the final. No one could find each other. Time's running out and everything.
This is kind of scary.
RC's holding this area because he knows there's two vent areas. There's one upstairs area. Either way, Slime Guy comes, he's screwed. Because Slime Guy has to make it past the doorway. He can't jump in the stairwell because it's too narrow. You can't jump in the car garage, which is to RC's right. And the only area you can jump is to his left. So Slime Guy has to play with the left side. But the thing is, though, with the left side, there's things there that stop you from jumping side to side. And you get to hide behind, though, too.
This is kind of scary. They're both tryharding right now. Neither one of these guys are like huge up in here. The vent is a rough spot for. Oh, there he is. There he is.
So Slime Guy was in the vent, which is the worst spot to be. Because if that picture was not there, RC could have gone out, slide over, and shoot him.
If it's like a 10 at a time, bro.
So they DNF'd. They did not finish. They ran out of time.
Bro.
So then they go into a sudden death. So, RC was the sheriff. Slime Guy was the murderer. They gave each other space. Just watch this last round and you tell me, do you think this was fair at any moment? I get you came off of last round as not being able to find your target. But you knew where he was when you both spawned. But instead you do this. Just watch. Just watch.
And see if there's a different outcome.
They had switched their roles. RC as the murderer. RC as the murderer, Slime Guy as the sheriff. What they're both good at, okay? So there was there was a different outcome. RC, who spawned over there, Slime Guy who spawned over here. RC chases Slime Guy up the stairs and everything. He chases him down.
Chasing each other, bro.
Now watch. Now watch. Now watch what happens when you don't put rules in for this crap and wait till, and you don't be near each other till you get your weapons. This is what happens when you're near each other and you don't have your weapons. Now
bro, RC is going straight for the kill.
RC has his weapons. Slime Guy has his weapons. So what is Slime Guy gonna do? He can't run away from RC. RC's blocking the exit.
Bro.
RC jumps, kills him. He followed him as soon as they spawned in. He followed him up the stairs and everything. In 1v1s, that's normally not cool to do, cause that ruins the moral reason to do 1v1s. You back up from each other. You don't push each other. Or I shouldn't say push. You shouldn't be near each other when you spawn next to each other. In your boat, and you're chasing after the sheriff while waiting for your weapon. You're just camping him now, and you ain't giving him a fair fight. You know this was sudden death. You knew this was sudden death and everything, but yet you choose to play unfairly, even though Slime gave you a chance. You didn't give him a chance. This is where I kind of get annoyed. You didn't give Slime a chance, but he gave you a chance. I get it was Slime's reason. Slime gave him a chance. But for RC to go ahead and jump his case and not at least make this a little bit more fun, instead it winds down to RC playing cat and mouse with Slime Guy, and just camps the upstairs where Slime Guy can only go two ways. He can't go through the door now, he has to go through the vent. But what the vent is, there's a door frame with the vent. He can't jump through there. So all it takes is RC to jump and throw a knife through there if Slime didn't get through there. Slime didn't go through there at all. He tries to go towards the door. Instead,
and RC wins.
RC wins. RC had already won an Armenti Eaglit. Now he's won another one. So now it's questioning, shouldn't there be rules to where only one person, people who have won Armenti Eaglits in the past can't join into the other tournaments? It's kind of unfair now. I get he's lower level than me, Inverted, and Colbe, but come on, man. If you won something previously, let the others win. You shouldn't have even been there to begin with. But it's not my ruling. It's not my giveaway. These are just my thoughts and opinions. Everyone has their own thoughts and opinions on this problem. But I was hoping somebody else would win because it would have been nice. Not somebody who's won twice. Because it's just not fair and stupid. That's kind of what they did with RB Battles. RB Battles, Creekcraft won the first round. After that, it was Tanker who kept winning. Everybody kept knowing Tanker was going to win and everything, so it just got boring after that, with me especially, because we knew who was going to win. I was hoping Creekcraft would have taken his crown back. But for him to win twice is now just dumb. Like I said, this whole thing was a mess. We had people not showing up when they got DM'd. We had no rules. We had some plays that should have been called back and should have been redone, or at least this one should have been 1 out of 3. It would have gave Slime Guy a chance to to attack, but instead it was a one round thing. You win. Instead of it being a best of 3, it was a 1 round thing where Slime Guy and RC both panicked and neither one of them attacked each other. Instead, it came down to RC chasing Slime Guy like he's bloodthirsty, corners him in a room and kills him. Like I said, I have beef with RC. I'm not going to hide that. I'm not going to explain what the beef is either. All I'm going to say is I don't agree with this ruling at all and should have been a best of 3. Even somebody in chat. Let me see. Let me find it really quick. So I'm trying to find it. Someone in Colby's chat has said best of 3. Now that's a great idea. But why it was never said and just left a 1 round, I don't understand. Because normally the best of 3 would be better. Because yeah, you lose that 1 round. You've lost that 1 round. Now you gotta know. You gotta win this round to tie it. To stop that person from winning. Instead, it becomes they tied. And it becomes RC camping Slime Guy, following him to the ends of the earth over there, is what bothered me the most. Like I said, this was not my ruling. This is not my giveaway. I'm just saying what the flaws were with this thing. I appreciate what Colbe did. I appreciate what Armenti did. I just think there should have been more rules than what was entailed. If you like this video, subscribe. I'll post more videos soon. For right now, I've been busy. I'm planning on live streaming something special coming soon. Coming in like a couple days maybe. Who knows? It just depends on how long this one thing will take me. I will live stream that, okay? For right now, this video here is just my thoughts and opinions on it, okay? Don't go hate on Colbe. Don't go hate on Armenti for this. Don't go hate on RC for this. You can give your opinions on it. Just don't go hating on the person who you're agreeing. If you're agreeing with me on RC, I'd rather have it be your own opinion than agreeing with the person who you're subscribed to, because everybody has their own entitled opinion. But without further ado, I will end this video. Hope you all have a good day. Stay hydrated because it's hot outside. 89 degrees out. Hope you all have a good day. A good night. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.